Pump fake?
Yeah, faked you guys out.
Welcome home. This is the Residency Podcast. I am Jeff Tomasic with Drew Belcher and Lo Raven.
Yellow.
We are here in Las Vegas to bring you our takes on the biggest stories in business, entertainment, hospitality, and pop culture. Make sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Give us 5 stars and write a review on Apple. Follow on Spotify. Full video episodes on YouTube. Episode 49. Game on Friday.
49?
49 and Friday.
I'm a huge
Friday.
49er fan.
This is just right.
Oh my God, you are.
This is my episode, guys.
Gross.
Trash.
Gross. I feel just right before episode 50. 50 is such a big milestone.
50 is a huge milestone.
It's like, that is such a major 50 of anything. If you can do 50 of anything, then like I tried to start a YouTube channel and I'm on my 10th one and I literally feel like I've been doing it for 100 years.
Yeah, no.
50 of anything is ridiculous.
It's so tough, especially when you're not seeing the results that you think or you may interpret that you deserve.
Just because anyone is,
We deserve greatness.
You know what I mean?
anyone who's putting out any content assumes that it's the best.
The best.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
because you're putting so much effort into
The
it, whatever
absolute
you're doing.
best.
You laughed the most at your own shit than anybody
course.
else,
Yeah.
right? For sure.
I mean, like whatever girl's doing a makeup tutorial, she's like, wow, that was genius.
oh my God, so hot.
6 views.
21 views.
All right. No sponsorships. No.
So I can't turn AdSense on.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Not at all. Look, birds are chirping in Las Vegas right now.
Yeah.
It is March. Literally, it feels like in the past 60 days, it went from the darkest, unending Game of Thrones winter to everyone's just happy as shit.
That's a great analogy.
Everyone's happy. It's
That was
super
good.
nice out today. It's supposed to be 80 degrees tomorrow.
Yeah, it's-
78 degrees.
Well, guys, pools are fucking open today.
Today.
Pools are open.
Today.
Hello.
Yeah. Vegas just seems so happy.
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
I've been enjoying watching all the thotties posts.
Dude, yesterday
you know,
my
the pools
feed
are
was
open.
all Win Nightlife.
I loved it. I loved it.
It was the goddamn song was
It's
stuck
just
in my
like
head.
an iconic
It was
thing. It's
so
like, hey,
ridiculous.
FYI, we're still alive.
I was throwing away double taps like it was just nothing. Just
Yes, nice
double
of you.
tap, double tap, double tap.
Everyone deserves it.
Everyone.
They're back to work.
I see you in those bikinis.
They're
It's
back
all
to work.
open, man.
You've been working
Wet,
out.
EBC. What's the other ones?
Those are the ones.
Those are the ones we care about. I'm just kidding.
I think only a few of our.
Oh, Marquee
really
Day Club,
open.
Marquee Day
Marquee
Day
open,
Club.
yeah, too, for sure. It's positive. It is positive in Vegas right now. Everyone is happy out of their goddamn mind.
Yeah.
I couldn't be better. By the way, Life is Beautiful announced coming back.
September, right?
No lineup announcement though, right?
No
Not
lineup.
yet, not yet.
But it's coming back.
All the pre-sales are sold out.
Yeah,
I just saw that.
early bird tickets.
Early bird tickets gone.
Crazy.
I don't know. I feel like they do that every year, but there's always a way to get some tickets.
Oh, but I mean,
Well,
they
yeah.
just set out they don't do all of
You're
them.
also an
Just a
influencer.
portion
You'll
of
get
it.
whatever you want.
Yeah.
Media.
Media, for sure.
EDC said they're still 100% happening in May. I mean, Life is Beautiful is one thing. It's in September. EDC says we're still going in May.
Have you guys ever been at EDC?
Yeah, multiple
Yeah,
times,
of course.
Yeah.
I've never been.
What?
Really?
I was always working at Wet Republic or XS
Yeah.
during EDC.
Oh, you're
When I was young enough to like go and enjoy and fucking like.
Wait, have you-
all
here's
out.
the question
By the way, you haven't worked in the industry for like 7 years. What about the 7 years after
I
that?
know, but see, so when I was 21, I was at Wet Republic, and I left XS when I was 26.
Yeah.
When you're 27, 20, I feel like you're kind of out of that demographic.
question
I
is-
mean,
Have
I
you-
went to EDC the past like 4 years
I
in a
go
row.
like every year.
all right,
Yeah.
fuck me. All right, we'll
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
But do you go on only the deck, or do you walk down there with the degenerates?
No, Jeff, I saw takes fucking helicopters out there
Yeah,
in
yeah.
VIP
It's a whole
with
different fucking
champagne
life.
showers. That's not EDC.
By the
You're
way-
at a nightclub outside.
By the way, we went to the entire circle all around. Actually, Ambrose sponsored it last year too, the artist tent.
Yeah, but you were on a golf cart. That's how you got
I was
around.
not on the golf
You
cart.
walked around.
Well,
were you wearing a tutu?
from the helicopter to the VIP stage,
You
that was
were-
a golf
yeah, you
cart.
have to.
But I walked around the rest for sure. Okay. I mean, I didn't go camping.
All right,
and
dude.
actually, 2 years before that, Tail and Finn had a restaurant at EDC too. One of the
you
years
go.
too. I've been doing it a lot.
Okay.
I love EDC. We need to get you out there. Are
Yeah,
you
you gotta
saying?
go.
Hold on. Are you saying right now that you want and are going this year? Put it out
Yeah,
there.
for sure. You got to put it out there.
Put it out there.
For the content?
If we go, we'll all go. I'll go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you do want to go in a helicopter.
Yeah,
Oh no! But if we're going, I'm not waiting in the line. I'm not doing
Yeah.
the line back. No.
So as you're dogging on me of doing it though, that is also
That's
your
the way to
requirement
do it.
for going.
That is the only way I'm going.
Okay. And speaking of great things that are happening, you went back to the Knights game.
The Golden Knights.
So
Yeah,
sick.
what was it like going to a Las Vegas live event for the first time?
It was amazing. The Golden Knights obviously kicked ass. They won 5-1, which is always
Yes.
amazing.
Hot.
I will speak freely though at the moment. Okay, so when you go in, obviously you have to wear a mask. That's not an issue. Masks are required everywhere. You don't have to wear a mask if you're actively eating or drinking. And I feel like there was a lot of people there getting belligerent drunk and just being douchebags.
Really?
To like the ushers, who were like 19-year-old kids who were
Yeah.
walking down and just asking, hey, like put your mask on.
Especially if you're just walking around, you mean?
No. So the masks have to be on when you're walking around.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if you're at your seat and
Seat,
they walk the aisles when the puck stops,
Yeah.
you just make sure everyone's having their masks on. And
Yeah.
there's just guys like being dicks and douchebags,
Yeah.
giving the ushers a hard time. I didn't like
Right.
that. But I also didn't like the fact that
Like it's their choice.
like yeah, you know,
Like they want you to have limited capacity and wear masks.
correct. Just be happy we're watching hockey live. But I did not like that. My brother and I went up to use the bathroom, and then the guys are also like, hey, you know, you need to stand 6 feet apart, you know, and we were kind of like, oh, well, it's my brother, you know.
Yeah.
We rode together, drove together. Like, no, I don't care. You need to stand 6 feet apart. And it was just weird. It was just weird.
So like what? 3 urinals are usable essentially.
Yeah, so the urinals are spaced out, but it was just weird making everyone stand 6 feet
Yeah.
apart. Even the people that were like
Sitting
married
next to each
and
other,
the
yeah.
brothers, and I was like, dude, I'm literally gonna go down to my seat and sit right next to him
Yeah. Wait, so
and share a.
They're
fucking
just trying
beer.
to just make it work somehow.
I know.
trying to figure out.
They
So are you
probably-
guys sitting in your seats next to people, or how far are people away from you? Like you and your brother had your 2 seats, but how far is the next person?
Yeah, okay, so we have season tickets, but we couldn't get those. So
Got
they
it.
only released X amount of seats on one side. So when they're
Okay.
showing the game on TV, all the
They're
people you
just
see in the stands, that one side is the only side open.
Oh, the other side's just fucking dark.
Yeah, it's weird.
crazy.
On the upper bowls.
Got it,
The
okay.
lower bowls, everyone's seated, but
Yep.
it was just weird. But it was a good game. It was
Good to be there though, at least.
Yeah, so they released the tickets in pods. You could either do a
Yeah.
2-person pod, 4-person pod, or 6-person pod.
That's cool.
Good to be able. Was it still like hype though? With
So that's another thing. So you know that fake sound you hear on TV?
yeah.
It's actually real in the arena too.
Oh, they
Oh,
pump
word?
it in through the,
The
arena.
sound,
huh?
yeah.
They pump
So
it in?
honestly,
That's
it
sick.
was
That's
loud
sick.
as fuck.
So every time something happened, it felt like you looked around and there's all these cheers, but there's no actual people cheering.
No people cheering.
That's rad.
People just had their masks on.
That's sick.
But yeah, that
Okay, that
fake
works.
crowd noise actually happens in the stadium.
Can you imagine the pre-shift, like to the employees? By the way, they're
Oh,
probably
must be a
just
fucking
like,
hassle.
guys. They're probably the same thing. Like, don't trust anyone telling you that they don't need to do anything. Just
Yeah.
tell them to just do this shit, so we can move on to March. Because I would assume March 15th, right? Everything's 50% capacity.
Foley said 50% within
Yeah.
the next few weeks, and then 100% maybe a couple months after that.
What's
I
interesting is that's kind of the same exact experience I had in Tennessee for the football game. Is like, even we're outdoors, even though we're in pods, right? People are still ushers still walking up and down, telling you put your mask on, and they're just following the rules, whatever it takes to get the
They're just
damn
trying to make
doors
it to the
open.
next day.
Yeah,
Yeah, the big takeaways: don't be a douchebag.
Yeah, for sure.
Just don't hassle the little 19. Oh, my mask's on, or I'm drinking, you know, and hold up your beer and drink. Just put your mask on.
get it.
You know, just
I get it.
Be a nice guy.
Other takeaway was Drew's fucking red jersey, Golden Knights jersey was fucking fire.
Oh yeah, fire.
This shit was sick.
I mean, what are you gonna do? You know,
Hot. Is it that's the Lake Tahoe one? Is that the one
that's the reverse retro. Yeah, the red
Yeah.
one.
wow.
That was good. That was good. Other huge Vegas news: the Sands
Sands.
Yes.
piecing out. So Las Vegas
Gone.
Sands, which has Venetian Palazzo and the Sands Expo Center,
Yep.
which is huge, were sold to New York-based Apollo Management for $6.25 billion.
Yep.
Cash.
That's a B.
Actually, mostly cash.
Yeah.
The CEO said they're going to be focusing on their properties in Asia because they obviously have the most iconic property in the world in Singapore, as well as developing, possibly domestically, rumored to be Texas.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
What's going on? Why are they over Las Vegas?
So I feel like my dad left me.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Las Vegas
Seriously.
Sands is gone, right? So now it was actually 2 deals. Apollo takes over the management company, and that other company takes over the land. So
Yeah.
it's 2 separate deals that are valued at $6 billion, which is
Yeah.
insane. But yeah, they're going to start focusing on Asia more and reinvest in Asia. But that makes sense for them, right? Vegas was 10% of their revenue, but Asia was 90%. Why not focus on that, make your money out there, and kind of just grow the business? So
That's fucking insane to think about.
it's insane.
It could be. I saw like multiple articles, and you know how like the same story, just like any two sides of a story, right?
Yeah.
Can be the headline of a story could be two totally different things with the exact same body, right? So I saw couple different headlines. One of which was like positive, like Apollo shaping as positive. Like Apollo is investing $6 million into Las Vegas,
Yep.
obviously seeing a future into this business, into this city, into the comeback of Las Vegas, right? Very positive, which I think is true, right? If you're going to spend $6.25 billion, you obviously
much
have
money.
a positive outlook on where Vegas is going to go in the future from here,
Yep.
especially with Sphere opening right behind Venetian Palazzo, et cetera. And then another one was, Sands is leaving Las Vegas. Vegas is over. You know,
Oh, yeah,
it's a
yeah.
wrap. So there's like two different sides. I think it's hugely positive, and I think like you're right. If that was only 10% of their revenue, and look, if Asia is doing that well for them, awesome. You know,
Yeah, it's
fucking
insane.
go Macau, go Singapore, and maybe there's a company that needs to figure out more things to do to ramp up the Las Vegas aspect of the business, so it can be more of their focus. Because come on, if something's only 10% of your revenue, you can only give it so much time and effort.
No, of
but they're
course.
keeping the entire management staff of Venetian, Palazzo, and Sands in place, right? Nothing's changing when it comes to
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So nothing's changing. So the way you kind of look at it too is like Sands is an overarching umbrella company, and we were just one piece of their puzzle.
Yeah.
Right. So this piece of the puzzle is still staying intact. We keep the same president or CEO of the property, still same management team, but they're just gonna have to answer to Apollo once the deal is actually done in the next several months.
I see it as positive, right?
I think it's interesting.
Yeah, so I don't think any company is going to come into the city and invest $6.5 billion in cash on a very small percentage of revenue that overall business does in the Vegas market without knowing what they're doing.
Yeah.
100%.
There's a team of way smarter people and analysts than we are, and they know what they're doing. So I'm betting this as a bull investment.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
and this type of purchase, right? I mean, I think now everyone is seeing these like massively fast, the evolution of the day trader, where it's like I'm just trying to make money now or in a very short period of time too. This type of investment is a long-term investment.
Very long.
For
I'm
sure.
Very
talking
long-term.
decades.
Yeah, so they're thinking a lot. What Las Vegas is now is incredible, and the growth has been amazing. But they're looking at 10, 15 years, 20 years from now too, where Las Vegas can be and other avenues of revenue. You know what I'm saying? So that's just bodes well for the city in general. Mix that with the Fountain Blue getting sold again too, Resort World opening, Virgin opening. Obviously, the big boys who are dripping in money
Yeah.
know that something is coming better to Vegas even more.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Which is, I can only imagine where Vegas is going to be in 10 years.
It's crazy.
Like, I've been now in Vegas for 10 years, and the difference between when I moved here to now is, I mean, light years apart. Light years apart.
absolutely.
So what it could be in 10 years, like, who the fuck knows?
Yeah, 10 years ago the Cosmo was like, oh my God, what is this thing that's happening?
Yeah.
Right? That's what everybody's talking about. Now, look at 10 years later, Resorts World. What is this thing happening across the street from the Wynn?
Yeah.
So we'll
do you
see.
Do you know Resort World property, actually, they have so much extra acreage. You know it's a little bit bigger than all of City Center?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Huge. They have so much space. They have so much
Yeah.
stuff. It's unbelievable. So that's huge Vegas news, obviously, too. So, and then they're saying they could possibly develop in Texas. You think like a new Vegas is coming to Texas?
Yeah, once they
Like, do you think they're going to turn one of these cities? I know casinos are
Yeah.
opening up all over the country now, too. Like, you have your Wynn opening in Boston and all these, the MGM that opened right outside Washington, D.C. Think like a Vegas, like mini Vegas is coming to Texas, possibly?
Like another boulevard with casinos
Yeah, like another
on each side?
Yeah. Or is it just going to be like a one-off?
I don't know, because Macau did it with the Cotai Strip.
Yeah.
Literally the Sands and the Palazzo, the Wynn, they all look pretty much the same.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
like picked them up and put them on there. So
Could
fuck,
Texas
maybe.
want like Dallas to turn into, a little mini Vegas? Maybe Houston? Maybe Austin?
Oh, I hate Houston.
Actually, Dallas would be my bet.
I would say Dallas.
Austin's too Austin.
Yeah, Austin's
Dallas
too
is like the
Austin.
city. Does that make sense?
Pussies is what he said.
And
Austin's too Austin.
Houston's dope, but wouldn't be there. And then San Antonio's too small. So
Yeah.
Dallas.
I am fucking tingling, by the way, for the record.
Yeah,
off
I'm
this
fucking
bullshit-
wired, man.
This bullshit Low brought us to drink. I won't say it because it's part of his drink it, but god damn it, I am wired. I am tingling like pre-workout, dude.
When you put in the little glasses too,
Yeah.
you don't really realize how much.
yeah,
you're
yeah,
drinking.
yeah. I can't even fucking speak right now.
First off,
Until you've had
First
200
off,
milligrams of
Drew
caffeine.
took 7 mini shots of these things instead. I'm on my second one. He's on 7.
Oh, I got like that tingly feeling, dude. Fuck, I need to
what I'm
push
saying.
up.
He's gonna start lifting these fucking table up and go crazy. The whole
Go touch your hand at the microphone and see if it starts to just to shake.
God.
All right, speaking of Texas, so we'll see if Mini Vegas is coming to Texas. We don't know. But as of now, Texas decided they don't give a shit
It's
about
wide-
COVID.
wide
He was
open.
like, we're right back open.
It
Take
is-
all that shit off.
It is over. They're just over it. COVID is completely moved on
Yeah.
in the Lone
In a
Star
snap
State.
of an eye.
So as of this week, when this comes out, everything goes literally from 0 to 1,000,000, shoots up to 100% capacity. Everything is
No mask mandate.
and no mask mandate. So I did read something about this in places like Florida too, where the mask mandate has been shifted to. It pretty much essentially shifts the requirement to the business, and if the business wants you to do that, and a lot of businesses still are requiring it because they don't want anything to happen to their specific business too. But what do you think about this? I have an opinion, but what do you think about this?
The 0 to 100 is aggressive, right? If there's no phase, it's kind of crazy. But
Foot down, dude.
we'll see. Like, who knows? Who knows?
I actually don't know what's right or what's wrong too. I would just appreciate, and I think one of the reasons that we had such a terrible year was the fact that the country wasn't on the same page. Like
Yeah.
every state was
It was
just
polarized. It's super
so
polarized.
drastically different in their execution of what they did for the COVID situation. And now for certain places like California to still not be, you still can't eat inside in California.
That's crazy.
But in Texas, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Whatever you want.
Like it doesn't make sense in that, right? That's just my only thing. Like I get it. I understand what everybody wants to do. Maybe ramping up the capacity a little slower might have kept in pace with the rest of the country. Maybe California's a little late, Texas a little early. Let's meet in the middle. I think Nevada's doing a pretty good job at trying to scale up as fast as and efficient as possible with the vaccines. But man, 0 to 100?
Why?
I mean, have they released numbers from Florida? Because Florida's been going crazy for a couple weeks now. No masks, the restaurants packed, the nightclubs are open.
Do you know what, to be perfectly honest with you? I don't see any news station reporting anything about anything anymore.
At all.
About COVID?
Everything.
Yeah, you're
On
right.
both- on
I don't
both
see any
sides.
numbers. I don't see deaths. I don't hear nothing anymore.
All I see is vaccines now. All I see is like
and
we're doing
stimulus.
this many vaccines.
Stimulus. Those are two things that are on the news on
Oh, yeah,
both
everyone's
sides.
wondering like, yo, where's my stimmy at?
On both sides.
Yeah.
Like you can turn on Fox and CNN. They're still talking about those things. They're not talking about people dying.
What if
They're
you're
not.
be alive, dude?
They're not. I mean, look, the
Shit's
numbers
wild.
have gone down. At least like in Nevada, we can look at it a lot. But
Yeah.
Florida, I don't no idea. It did say that Texas still had considerable amount of cases, but I mean, I guess I don't know the percentage compared to their population.
Yeah, and that's
Because
a big ass
Texas is
state,
so
dude.
big.
I mean, so I'll be super honest. I think the cases, well, it's a fact. The cases rocketed after Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah,
And
of
Thanksgiving.
Because everybody's fucking chilling.
Everyone was hanging out with their families and
Yeah.
everything. But I think now, I think cases have subsided tremendously.
And the winter's over, and the vaccine is obviously being distributed as fast as possible. A lot,
Correct.
like my parents both have it already, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So obviously that's helping quite a bit. But like I said, I just think everyone should be on the same page.
Yep.
So to see a state that can't eat inside and then to also see a state that's 100% capacity is ridiculous.
They're tailgating right now.
That's
They're
ridiculous.
hanging out.
That's ridiculous.
They're finger fucking everything in all the grocery
sure.
stores. No
Avocados.
masks.
These poor
everything.
California restaurant owners are still building these makeshift outdoor dining area bullshit. And Texas is just like, we
You
don't care.
cannot
Cram 'em
eat.
in.
You cannot eat inside unless the inside is outside.
Yes. One of the craziest
California.
things.
California.
That's the
California.
new slogan.
California.
But hey, you know what, Texas? Good for you. You know, I guess it is one of those situations where I do see the other side where it's like let people make their own decisions, but at
Sure.
the same time too, sometimes people are stupid, so they
Yeah.
need help making their decisions, and maybe giving them complete leeway. It's like giving a teenager being like, "We're going to ground you for a month, but you've been grounded for a day. You learned your lesson, right? You learned
Your lesson, right? Just don't do it again.
Yeah, you
don't do
know
it
what I'm saying?
again. Yeah.
Let's see how that works.
Yeah, let's see how this goes. It wouldn't be a residency podcast episode if we didn't talk about space.
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 God
I
damn
mean,
it.
Vegas is cool.
Vegas is dope.
Texas is cool.
Love Texas.
Space, pretty fucking awesome.
Every episode.
The final frontier.
I feel like that there's just enough space news to put it in every episode at this point. So the Voyager station is expected to be built in 2027, which is going to be a cruise ship style hotel floating in space, literally a rotating wheel orbiting Earth that you can go stay at.
So a Ferris wheel hotel in space.
We've
Literally.
seen this before. Remember, like, what are these movies like where they're just floating in space with the circular thing?
Yeah.
It looks cool. Everyone's just walking in like the halls and shit with a cool spacesuit and pressing buttons. Boom, boom, zzz, doors are opening. It's happening.
This is real.
And it's not that far away. What year?
They said 2027
It's in
opening.
That's in
Fucking
6 fucking
5, 6
years.
years.
5, yeah.
I mean, if you think just the
How the fuck do you get there?
Yeah, how do you get there?
Do you remember when like the first semi-electric car came out, which was like what was it, the Toyota Prius?
Yeah.
Remember the Prius, and everyone was like, "You green liberal Prius," you know. And then
Yeah.
now Tesla's the coolest thing in the world, right? That evolution was actually pretty fucking fast.
Yeah.
From that to think about how
They got carpool lane
this
access
happened,
really fast.
I have to be confident they're gonna. By the way, I mean they really haven't figured out how to get people to space. Tesla, I mean Elon Musk, he's blowing up rockets. And
I
shit.
feel like one's
So-
blowing up every other
Yeah.
week, dude.
So they definitely got to figure out how to get people to this hotel first. But they have 5 years to do it, and I think 5 years are going to figure it out.
But that's like send up the astronauts and then astronauts, yeah, send up the astronauts and then after you finish your little work job, you get it 2 months for free at the
Yeah,
hotel.
how are they shooting people up to build it?
Do you think
In
they,
pieces.
Do you think they construct it on Earth? and
So-
send it
so
up?
Yeah,
what-
they have to.
So what they're saying is pieces, I assume, and
Yeah.
then they put it together, I guess, in space. But obviously, people can get to space astronaut-wise too. It's just like the commercial side of it. But they're saying construction wouldn't start till 2025, and then all the engineering would be done in the U.S. from now until then.
Yeah.
So there's obviously time, but I think this can happen. I think this
just-
can happen.
Yeah, who's gonna own this?
It's I don't know some random company. It's not Elon.
The world. I don't know.
Yeah. Who's gonna like be the maid service? Like who's gonna fucking? There's gotta be people who gotta eat.
Live there.
Like if you're it's a hotel, you're only hanging out for a weekend or a
Do you
week.
get like room service?
They said there's all sorts of attractions and they want it to be like a hotel. They did say too there's going to be a lot of very interesting recreational like things to do because the weightlessness has changed and you can lift things that are heavier and move faster. So like a lot of recreational activities you'll be able to do. And as things rotate too, there is like spaces where there can be gravity in one area and less gravity in another area. Like it's space, man.
I feel like all these tech CEOs and just super loaded motherfuckers are just gonna go up there, take a ton of shrooms and LSD, and just have a blast.
Or have just like a vacation getaway.
I want to go.
We gotta go somewhere and not get seen. Let's go to fucking space.
Outer space,
like an anniversary.
Yeah.
Or just a creep session in space.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Where are you going? I'm going to space with my side chick.
They have to vet though who they let up there. Could you imagine if someone goes up there as like a hardened criminal or just like overall just scumbag and just like takes the shit over, like hijacks it?
Question.
What would they do?
Do you think
That's going to be a movie in 2 years.
I think it's already happened.
maybe Sands is leaving Vegas so they can focus on Asia and space?
They're building it in
Hey
Texas.
guys, I'm letting you guys know I'm going to have to start
Asia and space. That's what it could be. So maybe Sands saying, wow, Macau and Singapore for sure, but also space.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That's the focus. Maybe the Vegas Strip is going to space. Oh my God, a space Vegas?
Space Vegas.
Let's go.
Hot.
Oh my God, that's incredible. I want this. I want to go.
Would you go?
Yes, no question, 100%.
The first 5 voyages, would you go? It changes.
I go on 5.
Look, it's changing.
Yes, so yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Is it comped or am I paying?
Oh, no, comp. It doesn't
Oh,
matter.
comp,
It doesn't
go on.
matter.
Yeah, for
Would
sure.
you go with only 5
100%.
successful launches?
Yes.
Yeah,
All right. What if they did 5 and 2 of them fucking exploded?
No chance.
Then they did
I'm not even
5.
flying on that. I'm not even flying on that Max 737 Max because it exploded right now. You see
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not even flying on that shit.
It is pretty scary how we really can't get planes all the way right, and we're trying to go to space.
Yeah. What are you guys
know what I
talking
mean?
about, dude?
Oh my gosh. All right. We'll keep you updated on our plans to go to space. By the way, man, could you imagine the first podcast from space?
Come on.
It's Elon's for sure.
Unbelievable. All right, let's go back down to earth. I love that transition for my space topics. Let's talk some shit about award shows.
Okay.
Residency podcast, we hate the classic award shows. on
Hate
here.
them.
Yeah.
We
Absolutely despise them.
I don't know
We
when the
hate
last time I
classic
watched
award
one
shows.
was.
Growing up, they were so important, and I still would gladly go if invited. But when it comes to them being as iconic as they once were, they're just not.
No.
Have you guys ever been to an award show? Like billboards here?
I've
in Vegas?
been to award shows. They're very long and very boring.
It's so fucking long, and
Yeah.
there's no flow. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, hold on, 6 minutes till the next thing. We're just sitting here waiting, nothing's going on. Just sitting there. And then all of a sudden, clap, everybody!
If you think of watching an award show on TV and they're 3 hours long or
Yeah.
whatever, the majority of that is boring. So imagine being there during everything in between that, plus getting there early, doing the whole situation, getting out of there. It's an entire process.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, like I said, it's like saying if you were in your industry and you were in insurance sales and you won a really important insurance salesman award, like best insurance salesman for the year, that's really important for you.
Yeah.
But I don't want to watch it on TV.
No.
yeah, for sure.
I don't give a flying fuck.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I just don't think that you can make that exciting. So the Golden Globe ratings were the worst ever.
Okay,
I
when-
didn't even know they happened.
When was this?
It was last week.
Oh, nice.
The worst, the worst ever. 6.9 million people watched the Golden Globes, which is literally now like a bad YouTube video.
6.9 million?
6.9 million.
I got more views on my last TikTok video.
Yeah.
Ooh, flex.
I really did.
That's fact.
Flex.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is literally like long form content.
Sure.
This is like an average creator's YouTube video. And that's about 1/3 of the 2020 numbers, which are already a drop. So they dropped by
Jesus.
almost 66%.
Ouch.
So here's the crazy part. The Emmys rotate between the big networks, right? But NBC Peacock pays an exclusive for the Golden Globes. And they did a long-term deal. Guess how much they pay per year?
Don't tell me it's more than 15 million.
I'll tell you this right now. The Emmys cost approximately $10 million a year, and
Okay.
that rotates more, and this is considerably more.
What
20
I
mil?
say 10 million?
Yeah, you said
It's
10.
more than 10 million?
Considerably
You said
more.
15.
Considerably more than the Emmys.
25 million?
60 million
A year?
per year for exclusive rights, and they're on a long-term contract.
Wow,
with the
what a
Golden
waste.
It's gonna be tough to
What a waste.
sell some advertisers with those numbers.
Aren't the Golden Globes just like the JV version of the fucking Oscars?
No, the
Is that
Golden
what it
Globes
is?
are very important.
But it's
Well,
like-
what's the Golden Globes for?
That's for acting.
But for
TV and movies.
so
but
what are the
it's-
Oscars for?
TV and movies.
It's the JV of
So
the
what are the
fucking
Emmys for?
Oscars.
Golden Globes, I would say, on importance level is massive for in that industry as far as with that industry. But as far as making it, like that's not what I'm saying. The importance of the Golden Globes, I think, gives you, legitimizes you, makes your work should be deserving more pay, makes you have other avenues to get other jobs, etc. But as far as it now becoming like a must-watch moment for the fans of the work, it's
Yeah.
not anymore.
So who won?
No idea. I didn't even look
Oh,
up
there's
who
a-
won.
so
God damn it,
on
we don't even
Netflix-
know?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I was watching Netflix yesterday, and they have like a little section of like just all Golden Globe nominees and winners from this year. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And it was like, oh, winner. It was like the Queen's Gambit won something.
Of course, it substantiates it, and it's just like anything
Yeah.
else, right? If you get a
Ozark.
a 5-star from something or an award from something, if it's a restaurant, then yeah, all of a sudden you're like, okay, that might make you take a second look at that restaurant.
Sure,
because
yeah.
someone
sure.
that you remember as legitimate says it's legitimate. You're like, okay, that's the same thing with us, right?
But it makes as much
If-
sense as the Michelin tire company saying that this restaurant is the best in the world.
It
right?
is.
It's,
But
it's
We're not going to give you tires. We're going to give you stars. bitch.
Yeah.
We're not going to give you 5.
and
We're
that
going to
makes
give
you
you 3.
the best.
That did work.
We're going to give you 3.
My question is, what is next? These aren't going to go away, but what's the next evolution? Like, who's going to crack the code of these award shows?
Triller.
I mean,
We love Triller now.
love
We
Triller.
hated it when Triller was Triller. We love Triller now.
you know how you can like buy out a contract and like a sports team will essentially lose money just to get it off their books?
Yeah.
That's what needs to happen for
If
this.
I was Triller, I'd be like, yo, how about this? You're paying $60 million right now. How about this? You pay $58 million for it, but you don't have to have the headache of actually doing anything.
yeah, we'll do the.
I'll pay you $2 million and I'll do all the work. And I'll still give you like 20% of the profits.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, deal. You know, we're just gonna sit back and put The Office back on Peacock and just count the money
For
that
sure.
we're raking in.
Those ratings are horrible.
Terrible.
For $60 million?
I don't even care about the money. Just in general, those
Well,
ratings
and
are
literally they
horrible.
said too that this was the worst ratings and the worst worst watch audience of all time of Golden Globe.
That's signing a quarterback to a humongous deal for $60 million and going 1 in fucking 16.
yeah, seriously.
Or 1 in 15, whatever it is.
I mean,
that's
like-
literally what it is.
Like you said, $10 million
It's
a year
crazy.
to a massive network is what it is, right? That's if the Emmys sucks, then so be it, right?
It's the Dallas Cowboy deal.
right.
I'm just kidding.
How many years is the deal for?
It didn't say. It just said a long-term contract.
So 10 years.
So
It's like 10 years for
this
sure,
is-
dude.
This is
$600 million.
probably long. This
Oh,
is
man.
probably long. They thought they signed Patrick Mahomes, and they did not.
Yeah.
They did not. So I don't know.
They got Jameis.
You're right. Something new has to happen with the Golden Globes, but Golden Globes is notoriously a very formal event with a edgy older host, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's not like a new comedian. It's an older, like a Cedric Gervais. Not Cedric Gervais.
Cedric Gervais.
Who's the
Is that the DJ?
Who's the older comedian who's always been the
Ricky,
British guy?
Ricky.
Gervais.
Yeah, Ricky.
Cedric Gervais.
Ricky.
That's the fucking
Ricky-
DJ.
Ricky
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
EDC? What are you talking about?
Right. Or Tina Fey, because Tina Fey and Amy Poehler did this last one.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I don't know. The writing is on the wall.
I want to know the difference. Is one like fan votes and the other one is just the Academy votes? Like, I want to know the difference. Why does this fucking matter to them? Like, I know they're humongous in the acting field, but why is... I always thought the Golden Globes was like the leading up to the Oscar. If you did really good in Golden Globes, you're good. You probably...
But even still,
a shoo-in
Oscar
to get an
Emmys
Oscar.
in general, you can group the Golden Globes, Oscars, Emmys,
all
you
in
can
the
group
same
them
thing,
all
yeah.
together. It's not the fact that they're any less important than they were. Like for that
nobody's
industry,
paying fucking
if you
attention.
win a Golden Globe for being an actor or an actress or a director or
Yeah,
a producer or a
you're
movie or
A-list.
whatever it is, you are incredible at your work. Like I think I have no problem with the actual award part of the industry. I think it's incredible. But for it to be now that, remember 10 years ago, watching the Academy Awards and the red carpet and the Golden Globes was
Like 3 years ago.
so
Or the
important.
Grammys or anything.
Yeah, it was so important, and the leading up to the red carpet and the fashion and all that was just so important to watch. And you actually had to watch it live because but that has transitioned out of it. So how do you make them that an attraction anymore? Too, if you're going to pay $60 million, you better
so
figure
much
it the
money.
fuck out.
Does MTV still have theirs? The MTV Movie Awards and
for
the
sure.
VMAs?
Yeah,
Jesus.
which is always just a much a younger.
That just makes you means you're cool, right? This shit means you're like a real one.
Cooler version, yeah, too. But now there's so many, right? The iHeart ones, the Billboard ones, the MTV ones, the obviously then the other ones. So it's pretty crazy. But we'll see. Let's talk about sneaker culture real quick. Lo, this is your time to shine, bro.
Here it is.
Sneaker culture had a fit this week. So
The world had a fit.
The world had a fit, but mostly sneaker culture uncovered that Ann Herbert, the Nike vice president of North America,
One of the top dogs.
casual job, stepped down because her 19-year-old son was discovered as a major sneaker reseller. He was caught like an idiot by using his mom's credit card.
Dumbass.
And you know how he got caught? Not like, oh, this thing slipped. He went for the clout and did a full-on fucking interview and provided the reporter Amex fucking transaction slips, all of these emails.
To prove that he was buying.
To prove that he was doing this much volume and weight, and kind of just gave a layup to, hey, my mom is actually the VP of Nike.
Could you imagine? Well, one, let's talk about the industry first, too.
So
Obviously, the industry of the resale industry, too, because he had some photos of him with like hundreds and hundreds of pairs of impossible to get sneakers, and people lost their fucking minds because the normal everyday person who goes on
Can't even get it. Can't get one.
Who tries to go on the raffles to get these shoes, the sneakers app,
all this shit.
and they never do, or they get one out of every 30 that they try to do. This was such a big fuck you to everyone who tries really hard to get it because he was really flaunting it, and then he found out that his mom is the fucking vice president.
And the dynamic between the resale market and Nike as a whole, right, is Nike doesn't like them. That's the whole idea. The whole idea is like this resale market it's bad for
church
their
and
business.
state, two separate 100%.
And they're supposed to have a very, very distinct line that anybody affiliated with Nike, actual retailers that have actual Nike accounts, do not play in the resale market world, right? That's concrete line right there. You don't cross.
Can't do it.
Right? So they said there was previous reports that Nike had known that the son was doing this, but there was no affiliation with the mom, right? The son was doing it on his own. He was a young entrepreneur doing his own thing.
They had no idea, they're saying?
So they said they looked into it and there was no correlation that she was aiding in it, helping in it. She was an investor in it. But if you're moving hundreds of thousands of pairs of shoes, where does all this money come from? He was doing $40,000, $50,000.
That's not even the money; it's access.
But
too.
did it come from? And has it been confirmed that she's the reason he was able to get these exclusive sneakers?
So first off, he was using her credit card, right? So she was funding this business.
I mean, that's still fine though. But was it confirmed that she's the reason to get these exclusive sneakers?
Well, there's some kind of
something.
It's in Portland.
The answer is yes.
Yes, the answer is yes, right?
Yeah, it's in Portland.
Yeah.
It's there too.
Yeah.
And he probably met a contact through a friend of a friend because of it. Because no matter how much money you have, like you said too, these things, why they're so valuable is no matter how rich you are, you still can't get them. And if you can get them, then that's great. But you can't get 100 pairs and 200 pairs.
And the only way
of
you
the
make
most
money
sought after size.
Yeah, the way you make money in that world is volume, right? Because your margins are 20, 40, $60 on a pair of shoes, right? So you need to sell 100 to 1,000 of these just to make some real money.
Yeah.
And this guy was pumping heavy weight.
I saw that photo and I was like, who the fuck is this kid?
And so he has like these fucking
and the charge on his mom's credit card was like over $100,000.
Yeah. So his mom, who's making what $2.5 million a year as a VP of Nike, right? Literally had to resign, loses her fucking salary. But
my question is, why let her son do that?
Fucking rich. Yeah.
Why? Like you obviously are a very important role in Nike. You obviously know
because they're in cahoots.
The stigma of the sneaker reselling. Your son's 19. Why don't you tell him to get a fucking job and that you can't be a sneaker reseller?
Here's the other part, right? Is anybody in that position at Nike, her son can instantly have a job at Nike tomorrow. Right? Like here's in a path to make some real fucking money.
And there's also one thing of turning a blind eye, right? Okay. It's like, all right, cool. Like make sure you keep it so totally separate from us. Don't flaunt it. You can market it as a company, but don't market it as yours, whatever it may be too. And also like try not to use my credit card.
That has my name on it on the fucking
Try
statement?
not to use my credit card. Like how?
But that's why
I don't feel bad.
And that's why she's in a bad place because she, for one, knew, funded it. And she was the one who had access and kind of the algorithms and whatever part of
you cannot tell me that he didn't have a leg up. Facts.
Yeah,
no
she's
question.
probably going to try to deny it, but
And that's why she resigned because she doesn't want those fucking
He
problems.
for sure maybe she didn't help him actually get these impossible to get sneakers, but he for sure leveraged his name, her name.
The way he got the most of his sneakers, right, was creating bots and ways to like kind of counteract Nike's countermeasures of
Right.
resale buyers, right? You're supposed to be able to get one pair of shoes or whatever, and this guy was getting
cheating.
hundreds.
That's a
cheating,
fact.
literally cheating.
Sure, yeah. Hey, my mom's the vice president of Nike. Nike has this huge back internal system on the software for the website, probably to stop these bots.
Exactly.
If my mom's the vice president of the entire company, I'm gonna know who does that back end software service.
Yeah, and
Can
what
you
it does
imagine?
to counteract it.
As someone who's about to be a dad and someone who is a dad,
Yeah.
can you imagine if your kid got you fired from being the vice president of Nike? Like you worked there for 25 years, your entire life, and your idiot son posts photos
and that's what it
flexing online when he shouldn't
So it
be
wasn't
flexing.
even that. You could tell who the kid is, right? So that wasn't even how he got caught. He went and clout chased, did a fucking full on, like, was it Bloomberg fucking article or some bullshit
On how big of a sneaker reseller is?
like, he is the motherfucking man, right? Here's all the numbers I do and whatever, and that's what got him caught up, rather than the fucking photos and him having all these fucking forums and groups. He was making money just selling like the bot access,
Sure,
right? There's
sure.
other ways he made money rather than just actually selling the sneakers. But because he wanted to clout chase and be the motherfucking man, got his ass caught.
Hey, gotta pay that cost to be the boss, man.
I guess, man.
Man, that is rough. I mean, I'm telling you right now, too, my mom's punched me in the face if I got her fired. That's a fact.
That shit is wild.
That is a fact.
They probably gave her a nice severance. She's fine. She'll be fine.
Yeah, for sure.
She'll be fine.
She's gonna be fine. $2.5 million salary. Too,
She's
walks
fine.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Over
should
25 years, they're sitting rolling.
Should
on
be all
it,
right.
Rolling
Or,
in million.
or they're like, hey, FYI, you can leave right now in good graces, and you're
That's what
not
it was.
getting
That's
you're
what-
not getting that big severance
knows?
that we were going to get you too. Because if you stay, then now we have a big problem. So
Yeah.
bye. So I bet you she lost a little bit in the future for sure on that. Because can you imagine messing with Nike lawyers? No.
Yeah, no chance.
Did Phil Knight put out a release yet?
No,
No.
he don't give a fuck. He's like,
You don't give a fuck. I'm super cake.
Yeah. Nike put out a release of just saying, hey, we appreciated her tenure here at Nike too.
Yeah.
Wish her the best. Blah blah blah.
And we're party ways, yeah.
One of the classic corporate transitions.
Later,
Sheesh.
bitch.
All right. Next phase in sports we have to go over to is overtime, notoriously known for kind of the growth of like high school basketball highlights online
Yeah.
and social media. Kind of like the house of highlights for high school. They are coming right after the NCAA. And I love the NCAA is probably one of the most feared
I know.
groups in all of sports, hands down. And so they are going after the NCAA for the nation's top high school basketball players to kind of essentially like circumvent the gigantic world of college sports in general. So overtime is going to pretty much create a league or an area for high school athletes to play basketball. They're going to offer each athlete, some as young as 16, a minimum of $100,000 salary annually, as well as a signing bonus and a small number of shares in Overtime's larger business. So they're going to make them equity partners, which I think is amazing. The company will also provide health and disability insurance, and they're going to set aside $100,000 in college scholarship money for each player in case they decide not to pursue professional basketball or don't get to the NBA or anything like that too. So they do have other options to go backwards and go back to college, which is interesting. The trade-off is major, though, because when you accept a deal with them, you forfeit your ability to play any more high school or college basketball.
Yep.
So once you make that
Forever.
decision, forever.
And that's just eligibility. That's never changed. That's always
That's
the same
eligibility.
thing.
And
Yeah.
it's interesting, though, too. They made an example of bringing up some of the other sports leagues that we've seen come and go in our lifetime, too, like the XFL, right? It's like if you took a chance on the XFL and you blew your chance of going to the NFL, like if you blew this and then they go under and you really have no way to go back to college or way to play professionally. Granted, you might be able to go back to college to get another job, but your professional career, essentially, you have no other avenue besides maybe going to Europe or something like that.
Yeah.
You think this works? So they're supposed to be extremely well capitalized. They have an incredible board with ex-NBA players, like basketball executives as well, too. So they've set it up extremely well. What do you think this is going to do?
What this is trying to circumvent is the two things, right? One of them is the one and done thing. You have to get out of high school for a year and
1
play
year.
either college ball or professionally to get into the NBA. And the other one is college is not paying for your likeness, right? Or playing actual scholarship athletes. You're not getting any money. So these two things circumvent them. Already this year, the G League went after 2 or 3 of the top guys, and they went straight to the G League out of high school. And they're playing right now, hooping, and then going to get into the league next year based on the draft or whatever it is. So these different avenues are kind of really important for that really top-tier athlete who deserves to be paid, right?
And they were saying, too, your time in college. I mean, look, the joke has always been, right, that student athletes don't do shit
Sure.
in college.
They don't.
And they essentially are highlighting that, saying, hey, look, if you're if you want to become a professional athlete, we are going to build a team around you and build people to 100% focus on getting you to the league.
Yeah.
That means no wasting your time going to History 101 your
Yeah.
freshman year or anything like that too, and doing homework assignments and all these things too, when you know you're just trying to play professional basketball 1 year, maybe 2 years into college.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for someone who wants to go get a college degree, obviously this is not for them. But someone who just is 100% dedicated to going to the NBA, this is an interesting alternative because your whole life surrounds around already making money,
Yeah.
already creating a likeness for yourself, and not wasting a single second of your time on anything else.
It's really crazy. Like, even if I was one of the best basketball players, I'd still want to go play for like UNC
Of
or
course,
like
the
Duke,
dynasty,
or
of
like,
course, of course.
just to be part of that culture, have that experience of college, right? Maybe play for 2 years and then go to the league. Some of these guys, that's not even part of their world anymore. They're the highlight world. They want to do this, go straight to the league, and that's all they care about.
My question is too is you have to, for this to work, you have to have a significant amount of
Those
high
guys,
quality
yeah.
players to play in the league to create a competitive enough arena to showcase the talent of these basketball players,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you have to, a basketball team, 5-on-5 plus reserves.
Yeah. The tough part-
bench, that you're gonna have to have 100.
Yeah.
100 top tier, like I said, not average ass basketball players, 100 top tier high school and college age kids.
Yeah.
Do you
wanting
think they
to do
get
this.
enough? Get enough of those people? Like you have like Duke stacked roster, Kansas stacked roster, UNC stacked roster, to where they're able to compete. It used to be back in the day the only way to get to the league was you had to go to college, do the 4 years of college, go to the NBA. Baseball a little different, then you go to the farm system. It's single A, double A, triple A, and then you go to the big leagues. That used to be the only way to get there. NFL the same way. You have to
Yeah.
go to college, then you get to the NFL.
I think it comes down to money. I think a lot of these kids come from circumstances where money now is very important.
Well, do you think now the NCAA starts paying these athletes?
I don't think they can. It's too big, right?
Yeah.
Why? They get so much money
They-
strictly from these athletes.
I think the NCAA, that's not happening forever. But them allowing them to use their likeness or something like that too, it's slowly but surely trying to get there. But as far as a kid, you're 17 years old, you're thinking about going to the league.
Yep.
You have a difficult family situation, and they are coming to offer you $100,000 to play basketball, offer you structure
At 17
at
years
7
old?
years old, offer you an ability to actually make money, offer you longer term thing, giving you insurance, and then giving you an arena to craft your skill even more to go to the league.
I see them taking that deal.
For that, I see some for sure.
I
sure.
think this only comes around because sanctions and the NCAA has been cracking down so much on it, because the way the farm system, quote unquote, of AAU works is you go start playing for this guy, right? You need help. He throws you a little bit of bread. And then they're an Adidas team, right? So now you're going to go to Adidas school, and he's going to give you this money because Adidas pumping him money to pay you.
Wasn't
to
there a
go to Adidas
documentary
school.
on this?
It's literally that's how this world works.
I think you may have told me about it.
Yeah.
And
It's a
I watched
ridiculous
it,
system.
It's a real system, right? And then since you go to Adidas school, now when you go to the league, you're going to sign with Adidas, and now all that money came full circle, and it was a great initial investment at 14 years old.
Because I didn't realize these big sneaker companies, you did tell us, Lo.
Yeah,
like
these sneaker
AAU
companies
level.
have teams.
Everywhere.
And sponsor these teams.
I played on the swoosh
and
swoosh
develop
team.
this talent up into college. And oh my
100%.
God.
And way before. I
But
also
it's
think
been cracked
too.
down a lot on though.
Well, this
over the last 5-10 years,
and a lot of them have. Some of the consequences have been so drastic that I think people are shying away from it now too.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
it's not
and
worth it.
teams and head coaches are like,
Yeah.
that used to be good to get that guy, but
The,
I don't know if I
the sanctions have been insane.
yeah, you don't get to go to the attorney. You fucking lose all
Yeah.
you lose
Scholarship for
scholarships.
years. The other big thing though too is I don't.
Like the Arizona guy, Rick Pitino, like all these guys got hammered for
the
that
Rick
shit.
Pitino one was crazy.
Yeah.
There's a gap I think between this being maybe successful and successful is obviously the game changing moment is when one person from this overtime
Yeah.
elite league transitions to the NBA and is successful.
Yep.
It has to be successful in the NBA, right? But to get there, you have to have the start, and the start is a real big gamble. Right? For the initial 100, 200 players to try this, it's a real gamble because it's going to take a little bit of time for those people to get to the league and then become a star.
Yeah.
So I think the first 2 to 3 years of this is rolling the dice. But if you can transition the first player that makes it and hits it and is like an icon, then all of a sudden it's going to blow up.
Well, the thing is who defines is who's the best. You'll have the best high school player coming in playing in high school and then signs with Duke. But then
Yeah.
you have another good high school player that goes into this other league and play, and then they're building and growing from there. Who's considered the best?
Yeah, but I
you,
think
you don't find out until you get
Yeah,
to
and
the
you
league.
get to the
Exactly.
league.
Well, great-
But if there's enough talent in this other development league to even compete.
Well, here's the thing:
well,
is
that's what I'm saying. You're going to have to get
a great test of
top
this-
tier talent.
A ton.
And I think it's the money. I think $100,000. I mean, don't get me wrong. $100,000 is a lot of money. Period. No matter how old you are. But when you're 16 years old, and someone says, "Yo, I'm going to pay you $100,000 to play basketball."
Look what happened with LaMelo Ball, right? His dad was like, "Oh, we're gonna create our
Yeah.
own league." Plays in those league. Then he goes to Lithuania, plays in Lithuania. Now he's playing in the league and he's hooping. He's like killing on Charlotte, right?
Yeah.
He made the All-Star team.
Jordan
like, all
even
this shit.
released a statement, dude, saying he has beat all of our expectations above and beyond.
Yeah,
he's
but that's a
crushing.
perfect example that was like he's not going to go to college. He went pro at 16.
It's a good example.
Played 2 years in overseas or whatever it is, and now is successful, right? So now if the overtime can get one of those, there's two guys that are like, I think it's the Jelly Dudes, right? That are in the D League right now, killing. So when they go to league next year, they're going to be like, oh shit, that formula works. You can go to the G League first, and that's a stepping stone
Yeah.
to the league. This overtime thing, the hard part is what you said, getting 100 guys that are even close to level, and you're competing with the fucking G League.
Yeah,
It's
they got
tough.
one guy to compete in other legitimate overseas leagues
Yeah.
that have been around for a long time too, to create your own league with those age people in the US.
Yeah.
And for them to also say, hey, look, you are 17. You're incredible. I know you're getting offers from Duke, from Kentucky, from UNC, from
Or
Kansas,
even the G League now.
wherever else too, or the G League too. I need you to give that up and come to this maybe not league. Like I said, once it works, then it's there.
Yeah.
But that gap between when it actually worked and now, that decision, that's a life altering decision, right?
Because you can't hoop once you give up your eligibility, you cannot play in high school or college anymore. So you say you want to go to Duke, you're not going to play on the team. You got to go to school.
Plus,
Like,
you're also sacrificing the structure of college basketball. Obviously makes you drastically better. The people you're
Yeah.
around, the
The
coaching
coaching
staff,
staff, yeah.
the facilities, all these things make you drastically better around people that are incredible at the sport as well too, and the exposure and all these other things too. So can you offer? I think it's interesting trade-off, right? If you had the decision and you were that age, what would you do and how would you play it?
and that's the scary part. Like the things you learn in college, experience-wise and life-wise, is beyond the basketball court. Is stuff you take on with you after that.
Forever.
right?
It's huge.
Like just those experiences, the friends, how to like handle yourself, the responsibility of being on your own. All those things are young guys like that need to be groomed in and learn
Yeah.
before they get millions of dollars. Because you can see the guys that go straight into the league.
those age though, when you're that age, man, you think you're the shit and you're so impatient.
I know.
100%.
Which is
Talk
why
about
I
it,
think
yep.
they're going to get some of these guys to sign for sure, because you're just like, I need this now. I want to go. I want to be there. I want to be
Yeah.
an NBA star because I've worked my whole entire life for this. I don't want to wait another
There's
year in
gonna be
high
a lot of
school
fall off,
and then do
for
another a year of college and then go there and be a rookie. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to wait 3 to 4 years. I want to be there now.
It's going to be a dice roll because a lot of these kids, like you said, I don't think they're going to make it all the way. And
They're
now
not.
you just sacrificed a free, full ride, top tier education at going to Duke or North Carolina or
Yeah.
Kansas.
And what do you do now?
And what do you do now?
And being treated like a student athlete
yeah,
there too.
now,
which is,
now you got to go back to college if you want to get that education, and you,
You know
got
what's
to pay
crazy?
for
is
it.
This might be the great place for the iffy kid, right? He was like, I might have the most potential to do it, I might not, but there's an out. I make $100,000 this year, and there's a fund for me to go actually get an education after this. If I don't make it, it's a good fallback, right? Some of these guys are going to the league or trying to go league, going to the G League, declaring, and then going, fuck, I'm not that great, and I have nothing left.
I think that I don't think the iffy guys go to this. I think if you are 100% a believer that you are going to the league and you are the truth, that's when you look at overtime. If you think that you're maybe not going to go there, man, go to college. Bro.
I don't think there's enough talent though to do that.
I'm
to
just saying,
have
I don't
those for
think
sure.
so.
people.
Personally, I'm just saying if you think
But go
personally
to the G
that
League. Then why don't you go to the G League? Like, I'm gonna go to the Salt Lake affiliate of the Jazz.
money,
and play.
period, full stop.
It's like you get half it, but you go into an actual G League and you're playing real competitive basketball rather than the iffy league.
But this is earlier though. This is 16. You can make $100,000 at
16 bucks,
16.
yes, that makes sense.
That's huge.
That makes sense.
So we'll see. It's totally interesting concept. I actually like the fact that it could shake up college sports.
Mm-hmm.
But so we'll see.
I feel we could have continued that debate for another 20 minutes.
100%.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, okay,
passionate. We're
fuck
so
it,
passionate
fuck it.
about
Yeah.
it.
All right. Moving on from people who may be successful in the future to someone who is super successful right goddamn now. Have you ever wondered why billionaire tech moguls and celebrities hang out? Everyone sees these photos like
they're rich?
Oh my god! Why is
Because they're all super fucking
yeah,
loaded.
Why is that
Rich?
tech? How is that tech guy hanging out with that rapper or that
Yeah.
actor? Well, this is why. Jay-Z just sold the majority stake of Tidal for $297 million to Square, which is owned by Jack Dorsey, who has been seen vacationing with Jay-Z multiple times. Homies doing business. Tidal was bought in 2015 by Jay-Z and that the other artist collective that he brought together, like Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, etc., for $56 million. And they just sold the majority stake for $297.
Great return.
Wow.
And they're not even top 3 in the market.
And they're trash.
So here's what's
Damn,
interesting
I
too.
like Tidal.
So he bought out the rest of the ownership. So all of the artists actually kept their ownership. So he just bought a majority stake for $297 million. They bought 100% of it for $56 million. So it's worth more than that.
Yeah.
And he kept all the artists that were originally came on board too. And there's a heavy list of artists that were on there. So they're all still on board. So now he still has all those ambassadors for the brand, as well as Jay-Z's now on the board for Tidal, as well as Square, Cash App, and going to help with all of those companies. So interesting move. They obviously are third in line when it comes to music streaming, behind Spotify and Apple considerably. But an incredible investment. Like he obviously knew when it came to. I mean, look, you don't have to be number one. You just have to grow it, and it worked amazingly. What do you think the biggest application is for this, though? I know it's a fancy buy and it's nothing for Jack Dorsey.
What the hell is Square going to do with that?
I think how I thought about this was Cash App's reliance on the hip hop community to market and being able to implement different musical launches too. So they mentioned in the article too, Square exploring cryptocurrency, NFTs, all these other things, working with and making a larger commerce experience around music. So being not only going to Tidal because you have a song, but also being able to get certain things from those artists, or being able to uncover certain different albums and limited release items like NFTs. So, and using the Cash App platform to help integrate into that when it comes to
merch,
crypto and NFTs and all
music
these,
video,
all
NFTs,
all these other things. So that was interesting. I mean, who knows? Jack Dorsey, obviously. I mean, if you could start a company like, it's crazy to think that someone started an iconic company like Twitter.
Yep.
And then also started Square. Like, it's just insane to think the brain power that someone like that has when they have the money. Like Elon Musk, right, too, is like, quickly does PayPal and then does Tesla and SpaceX. Like, it's just unbelievable.
And not even the brain power, the execution power.
The execution.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
Like,
the
dude,
crazy
so
part.
many people have
Everybody has
crazy
ideas,
out there
yeah.
ideas. But dude,
But actually making them a reality.
to start multi-billion-dollar companies.
It's also the
fucking
foresight.
crazy.
Like some things that we don't think, like sometimes you don't think of the iPhone until the iPhone's in your hand. Like that's incredible. But someone thought of that 5 years before that and said, oh no, that BlackBerry you have is stupid. This is how cell phones should work, and sees it that far in the future versus like, oh wow, look at that guy swiping a credit card at a store. Why can't someone do that on their cell phone? Like, that's insane. How would you do that?
How would you do
okay,
that?
cool, we'll do Square. So I think the app, what do you think? That's my opinion on the application. I think Cash App becomes a big proponent of Tidal and makes sense.
Yeah, they just have to monetize the merch, the videos, whatever else they're doing, and that's going to be the platform to do it. It works that way if they actually have a plan, but I don't use Tidal, so I don't fucking know.
I got Tidal. You want me to open it up for you? I'll show you. No, I do agree. I think they're going to start releasing cool little NFTs and do some crypto shit and do merch sales directly within the Tidal app, and you just boom, buy now.
The new
It's
Cactus Jack fucking t-shirt.
It was
Buy
essentially
on
the same
fucking
concept as Triller did when it was like, hey, let's get the artists to back the actual content network so that those artists are actually motivated to making sure that that content network is going to be the best.
Yeah.
And so obviously they have some huge heavy hitters with Tidal, and same thing that Triller's doing. By the way, that's a nice little match and made in heaven right there
huge.
too. Tidal and Triller and Jack Dorsey and Square and Jay-Z
And Jay-Z and fucking goddamn it.
what a meeting that
What
would
a
be.
circle.
But yeah, that's how I see it. I think it's smart. Obviously, like you said, the foresight that Jack Dorsey must have and seeing the potential. And if you sit behind closed doors with Jay-Z and Jack Dorsey, I'm sure they're going to come up with something that's just going to be incredible.
Well, Jay-Z even said that he sat down with Jack a few times and just listened to his vision for Tidal, and he was like, I'm absolutely on board.
That's crazy.
So could you imagine just sitting down with Jack Dorsey and letting him bounce off ideas? And it's like,
About
that sounds
about
so
your
fucking
project?
out there, but yeah, let's do it.
the brainstorm.
Come on, dude.
On a yacht.
With his little beard and nose
Insane
ring.
bards.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
Wild ass dude. All right, Jay-Z just keeps winning week after week. You know, he's selling companies like every week.
Doesn't
What a
matter.
man.
Doesn't matter.
All right, another big. We have anything celebrity booze we have to talk about really quick. Conor McGregor officially just made a massive payday, so his remaining shares are being bought out of Proper 12 by the parent company, which owns Jose Cuervo. That's the big parent company that owns Proper 12. So he's going to be bought out. He's going to get a cash infusion to leave. Is this Conor McGregor got a massive payday, or Conor McGregor got forced out of the company?
What are the rumors?
Both sides.
I can see them both playing
Yeah,
out.
I can see it both.
I seem to think that Conor McGregor might not be the spokesperson that he once was when he was winning.
Sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
And he has pretty much stayed out of the UFC limelight
Yep.
for a while
Yep.
and stretched the time between his fights so long and then fought and lost. And now Jose Cuervo is saying, we've built Proper 12 up big enough where now it's just an amazing company. We don't need the Conor McGregor name anymore with it. So we're going to buy you out. You're welcome. By the way, he started Proper 12 in 2018.
Yeah.
He's going to make a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
I mean, a shit ton. It's going to be valued. The last investment valued the company at over 200 million. So I'm assuming this buyout is around 250-ish, maybe 300, somewhere around there. So he made a ton of money in 3 years, an absolute fuck you amount of money. But I think the company's still going to grow because Jameson just owns a massive share of the Irish whiskey market, and there's little pieces that can be taken out
Be
of that.
chipped
Yeah,
away.
for sure.
We talked about this. They don't want to be number one.
Yeah,
they
they're
just
okay.
want to chip away and chip
Jameson,
away
yeah.
and chip away. That's it. That's all they need.
So do you think Conor McGregor was like, or the other side of it was Conor McGregor lost and realized that if he still wants to be relevant in the MMA UFC world, he needs to devote his time more to UFC.
And stop getting knocked out.
yeah,
Yeah, for
And
sure.
stop fighting just once a year.
Yeah, for sure.
he needs to do 3 fights a year, and
Yep.
he needs to spend all his time on UFC, and
Yeah.
that means taking the payday and moving on from Proper 12, moving on from his other endeavors. So that was like the two sides of it. Is like, hey, do you think he got forced out because Conor McGregor's not Conor McGregor anymore, or he was like, you know what, I'm down. Give me the big payday. I'm gonna cash out. I'll take 100 mil or whatever it is, and I'll ride off into the sunset and just continue fighting and see where that takes me.
I think both make sense.
Yeah, I think that's a great move for him if he does that.
Yeah,
Like,
I
cash
think
out,
both
get
make
the
sense.
money, and then do something else too. You can always do something else.
I think he might have actually seen the writing on the wall and hedged his bet and said, wow, let me cash out now before maybe my brand 1 or 2 losses after this.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor is not
The value
Conor
drops,
McGregor
yeah.
anymore,
Nope.
not even remotely close. And so he was probably like, okay, let me take it where it is now. I think that's probably, it could have happened that way, or it could have happened the other way too, saying, hey, look, I just want to get back to where I used to be, and I just want to focus on the fighting.
Yeah.
Has he given a statement?
No.
No.
This is just rumor.
We shall see. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Either way, he is dripping in money. Absolutely
Cashed
dripping
up.
in money.
Yeah.
Easy.
Oh, from 2 years? Like, come on, dude.
It's a joke.
Fuck off.
Wow.
Proper
Return.
12, just money making
Yeah.
machine. Shout out to Brian Axelrod.
Our very first
man.
guest, but not first guest.
But not for our very first almost
The
guest.
mystery episode.
All right, let's do Eat It, Drink It, Binge It real quick. Let's wrap this bad boy up. You and my favorite segment, Eat It. I'll do Eat It first.
There you
Mine, probably the unsung hero of steak cuts that need to be on more menus, the rib cap.
The rib cap is the hot.
It's the-
hottest
it's the
one.
best.
It's
The
What do you
best.
mean? Yeah.
But I'm saying the unsung hero. It's not on enough menus. It is hands down probably the best. If I see rib cap on a menu, and I always ask at Steakhouse too if they have one if it's not on the menu, and sometimes they do, but they're obviously usually in limited quantities. It needs to be on more menus. I've decided.
Yeah, that cap on the ribeye is obviously the best, most tender part.
Yeah.
And in some places, butcher shops preferably.
Yeah.
But some restaurants will actually roll that up and make a rib cap fillet.
Yes.
And cook it that way. It's fucking mind blowing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That sounds
So
fire.
if you've never actually had a rib cap, and you like steak, go ask your favorite steakhouse next time you go there, or call ahead and be like, hey, look, I want to order a rib cap. Have them hold one.
Where did you get it?
Because that's the key. My old favorite used to be at Yellowtail,
Oh, wow.
Not a steakhouse. Okay, tight.
but unbelievable.
yeah. What?
Okay, good.
But I mean, it wasn't on the menu.
Yeah.
They used to just get one in too because they had this crazy steak dish. It was in like a truffle oil sauce. Unbelievable.
that was a low key flex.
They also
Yeah.
I call ahead and get it. They don't have it on the menu. Okay.
Yeah,
They
for
don't.
sure.
So
That's what I'm saying.
where
But
else do you
but
get
he
it?
also
Jeff?
lived at the was it Mirage, right?
Yeah.
No, it was at Bellagio. Yellowtail.
Oh, Yellowtail.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I was thinking One Oak.
Barry's Prime has one.
Okay, which I'm sure it's phenomenal, and I'm sure it's $85.
Unbelievable. Well,
Shit.
a rib
If-
cap's not going to be cheap wherever
Yeah,
you go, by
yeah.
the way. But that's
I
just
like the
that's
one at where
case.
you're eating.
Echo and Rig?
Yeah, that's the one I like.
Go ahead, love.
I've never had the rib cap at Echo and Reg.
Yeah, that's where I had
Bomb?
it. It's fire.
I've never had it.
Is it on the menu?
Yeah, it's on the menu.
I don't think so.
But they only
I don't
have
know.
like 30 a night.
That's what I'm saying. It's limited. You gotta reserve it. So if you haven't tried it, guys, go get a rib cap. That's my Eat It.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So my eat it is, I feel very, I don't know, different, old saying this, but I've been eating smoked salmon and lox.
Bro,
Man.
fire.
So I had it
Good
like
job.
a few weeks ago at like Einstein, but I was like, I'll try it. It's kind of weird. Now I went to fucking Costco, bought all the smoked salmon and shit, bought fucking bagels, smoked salmon and lox, man. I'm hot.
Very, very you. I just see like Low and some old ladies in a Sunday brunch right now.
Yeah, that's what I feel.
Yeah.
I feel so domestic and old.
So you like smoked salmon?
Yeah, it's fire.
Go to
dude.
Cured and Whey.
What'd you call me?
It's a little distributor, like small sourcing facility. I don't know what the fuck, a retail store called Cured and Whey.
Okay.
It's all cured meats and stuff.
Cured meats,
Oh,
everything. But they have a
sick.
little cafe in there as well.
Yeah.
But you can buy like little cuts.
Yeah.
They have the best smoked salmon.
I need that.
I need the
All right.
dill on there too.
They
Yeah,
have,
dill,
they
dill,
have
dill
the,
is
yeah,
key.
little capers, some cream cheese.
Capers are the best. What is a fucking caper?
I don't
What's
know,
a
it's like
fucking
it's like a
lox?
salty pea. I don't know.
Like, what is a caper?
I don't
actually?
know. They're so salty.
It's like a flower. I
No,
don't know
it's like
what
a salty
it's
pea.
like a ball. It's a ball
It's like
of fucking
pea
shit.
of salt.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck
don't
is a
know.
caper?
I don't know.
I need to research that. By the way, they're delicious.
But yeah, that's my fucking eat it, man. I've been fucking binging or eating the shit out of that.
What side of town do you live on?
Southwest.
Okay, so go to like where Dragon Ridge is in
Okay.
Henderson.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little cut away from cut across town. Cafe Duval, that little French cafe, was like my eat it maybe 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
They have the most fire smoked salmon toast.
Okay. See, I need that.
And
They
the,
eat some
the,
carbs
the,
on there,
smoked
too.
salmon is from Cured and Whey.
Oh, really?
Because I asked them, like, where the
Hey.
fuck is this salmon from?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Cured and Whey. I said, what? Cured and
Damn,
Whey. I was like,
that's
never even
sick.
heard of it. But Cured and Whey.
There it is.
Let's see what we got. What do you?
My eat it is Echo and Rig. I'm going to Echo and Rig tonight for dinner.
Love it.
Portobello fries.
Yep, Portobello fries, one of my favorite local steakhouses. Well, I mean, that and Herbs and Rye and Cleaver, I guess.
At Cleaver last
But
night.
I'm going to ask for the rib cap.
Yes.
Yes.
Because we're going at 5:30, which is before
Perfect
anyone
timing.
else.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
they'll have tons
Daddy
left.
dinner time.
go.
They're like, oh, what time do you want to come to dinner? I was like, they had 8:30 or 5:30. I was like, 5:30.
Yeah, for sure.
Get the
Yeah,
fuck
there's still
out.
that capacity too. We actually tried to go eat at Echo Rig one time too when
Yeah.
right when they opened with Melissa's parents, and they were like, "We have."
We have absolutely nothing, sir.
Yeah, the same
What
thing.
would
They
you
were
like?
They're like, you can come at
You can eat in
9:15.
the
I'm
butcher
sorry,
shop.
we just have like no tables.
Yeah.
It's not like we're that full. We're like, 9:15. Like, sorry, it's not gonna work.
Can't do it.
Not invited. Lo and I were not invited to this dinner. FYI.
It's date night, just date night.
oh, it's date
Hey.
night.
We need date night. When you have your daughter, you'll understand. You gotta have mommy daddy date night.
Okay. Okay.
There it
You have to
is.
keep the date night.
Call ahead for that rib cap.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're there as soon as it opens, so
Oh yeah.
it'll be fine.
If they don't got it, they'll.
How you doing, sir? The sun's still out. You probably just had lunch. Welcome to Echo and Rig.
All right, my drink it. There is a new seltzer in town.
Shut the fuck
Oh,
up.
no.
Here we go.
Sonic
What?
came out with their own seltzers based on all their slushy flavors.
Ooh, that's sick.
Like canned seltzer?
canned seltzers.
That
Sonic
sounds
alcoholic
like ocean water.
What?
Ocean water.
Oh, they're slushy. I've never had the ocean water one.
Okay.
Uh,
okay.
It got awkward.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It got very
That's
awkward.
the most famous one, dude.
Drew got super offended right
Sonic
there.
ocean water. Get the fuck out.
But yeah, so it's mimicked after all their slushy flavors.
But
I'm
not
huge,
ocean
like,
water.
Maybe ocean
Cherry
water
lime,
is one.
Cherry lime.
So
bro.
which one did you try?
I didn't try any of them. It just came out. But I'm saying I want this. This is going to be my drink, and I'm going to go seek them out.
Okay.
These are going to be hot. I don't know where you can buy them yet, but you look it online.
Okay.
All right, sounds good.
What do you got?
So we're wired because I'm fucking drinking these C4 energies. So
Yeah, I
my
am too. I
buddy
had a second
Ben
glass.
Riccardi, fucking my buddy Ron Holden, dropped this off to me, and I'm going crazy. There's literally like different levels too, right? So this one's 200 milligrams. It's fucking zero sugar, 0 calories, zero protein, whatever. It's just literally crack. So this one is dope. There's one that's like
It's like
comes in a-
Bang, but C4.
There's one that comes in a black can. That's like 400 milligrams.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
whoop
anything that
your-
comes in, like, a black
whoop your
can is
fucking
like,
ass.
400 milligrams of
It's like
caffeine?
absurd.
That's like meth, dude. That can't be legal.
Yeah. But it's good. I like this is my favorite one right here. The Twisted Limeade.
They're good.
Tastes like fucking Sprite.
But
So-
see, this is insane because this reminds me of a pre-workout because I get
Yeah.
that super tingly feeling. Like
It
I'm
is.
fucking wired right now.
Yeah.
No, I think they're selling this as just like a.
Oh, it is just a regular.
Like an energy drink.
Energy
Yeah.
drink. But what's dope is so they have a supplement line too. So I got like a little powder BCAA.
That's what I know.
Yeah, the
thing.
C4 pre-workout is amazing.
C4 was the classic GNC brand. Silver top.
Throw it in your mouth.
First
go.
bro dude at the gym,
Yeah.
C4 it up.
For sure. So now I have a whole case of these, and that's what I'm drinking, man.
But this is just entirely way too strong. If you like strong energy drinks, dude, C4.
I actually don't
crazy.
drink a lot of caffeine during the day.
I am bouncing off the
I've had
fucking wall
3
right now.
shots and I'm like wired.
Yeah.
I'm about to go to Echo and Rig and just fucking.
Portobello.
What if we did it with taste buds with energy drinks? How
I am
miserable would that be?
fucking flying right now.
All right, what do you got? What are you drinking?
You drink the whole fucking thing.
I know I did. So I don't know if I think it may have been one of your drinkets one week.
So it must be good. Probably awesome.
Costco seltzer. They launched a
Yeah, the Kirkland.
the Kirkland one.
Yeah.
It's literally Truly.
Yeah, you got to
Oh,
sell.
wow.
Truly makes it.
It's probably it's probably
It's literally
Yeah.
made by Truly, and it's perfect.
Fire.
Super cheap. You get a big 24 pack.
Yeah.
Boom.
Easy.
You're good to go.
I used to. I don't know why. When I was younger, I thought Kirkland was so whack.
So did I.
And I was like, what? Off-brand fucking loser. Get the real mac and cheese, man.
I know.
And now I go to. I'm like, I just want all the Kirkland
There's
stuff.
a reposado tequila. Oh my god, it's literally fucking.
But the thing though is, I still can't get to buy the liquor at Kirkland.
Really?
Like the Kirkland vodka, even though I know it's Grey Goose or whatever, or the Kirkland whiskey, even though I know it's Maker's
Do you know
Mark
why?
and Jack
Do you know why?
Daniels.
It's the same reason why you can't use a Groupon at Equin Rig.
I know. I just refuse. I can't, dude. I cannot have that Kirkland bottle
man.
sitting on my bar.
At your bar.
Hey,
yeah.
dude, would you like Grey Goose or Kirkland?
Yeah, it's like fuck, dude.
Yeah, I
You
get
know?
it.
Or you host people and they're like, "Oh, dude, you have Kirkland? You have Kirkland?" It's like fuck. I have Grey Goose.
Yeah. Rocking.
Well,
All right. Well, all right. My binge it is Drake. Drake's
Drake.
music.
Oh, it came out yesterday.
Yeah, Drizzy. Hot.
Fire.
Hot, dude.
There you go.
3 songs, good to
I
go.
also love that when Drake drops anything, the whole internet goes crazy. I love the memes.
Everybody posts. They're
love the
listening to
memes.
it. That's like my whole fucking feed was everybody just posting. Okay, we get it. You know the music's out.
We get it. You dropped 3 songs, dude. Fuck.
I love the memes where it's like everyone taking notes for their captions.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
for
I mean?
sure.
Hilarious. I love Drake and the memes that come with it. Always a classic. What do you got?
Yeah.
What do you been?
Last night I watched Coming to America 2.
Oh man, is it good?
It's good. It's good. If you have to watch the first one to get like half of the jokes.
It's just pure nostalgia, isn't it?
And it's amazing though. It's great. Like
It's just nostalgia.
When he walks by and goes like, "Oh, Baba," this is the fucking like the fucking elephant.
Yeah, so it's nostalgia.
The elephant's grown up.
It's
like,
nostalgia.
It's
It's
fucking
nostalgia.
dope. And Arsenio Hall's incredible like always. But Wesley Snipes is in it.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
It's so sick. It's
Where
it's
is
dope.
it being shown on?
I don't know. I stream everything.
Yeah, it's on
I
an app.
steal it.
Oh, you steal it?
I steal everything. Oh, it's Amazon Prime.
Big,
Amazon
big
Prime.
pirater. Big pirater.
big-
Goes,
pirate
it's
guy.
your shit. It's Amazon Prime.
It's your shit. Yeah. But I watch it on fucking my little streaming app. But
Oh.
yeah,
All right, what do you
it was
got?
dope. It was good.
As a content creator, you stealing content's fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got?
So I watched Greenland with Gerard Butler.
Oh my God, Melissa and I
I
watched
watched it.
that.
Is it good?
Melissa
good.
had
It's
a
good.
pregnancy, like she couldn't fucking handle it. She was just,
It's
Crying.
fucking good.
it's like a
yeah.
disaster movie.
It's a disaster movie. So big asteroids come in to literally blow up and incinerate the Earth almost.
Yeah.
And they have to go to this. So it's called Greenland because they built these bases and bunkers in Greenland.
That's the
for
place you'll be
safety,
safe.
But only certain people were selected. So they knew the Earth was going to get just completely fucking ruined. So they selected each people based
And
on
Gerard
what
Butler.
their careers are.
Gerard Butler got
Butler was a structural engineer, knows how to build huge buildings. So
so-
when the world is just flattened, he can go out and teach people how to build buildings.
Got it.
Some people were selected,
Smart.
some weren't. So it was just a crazy ordeal.
I'm
But yeah,
gonna watch
super stressful.
Yeah.
Especially having a kid. It's like, fuck, dude.
Yeah,
like,
I
what
was
would you
dead.
do?
I love disaster movies though too. I love those.
I know. Or The Rock with the,
yeah,
the
love it.
Yeah, come on.
Love it. Love it.
Skyscraper?
San Andreas.
San
Andreas, dude,
So
yeah.
good. I literally said it was the exact same premise, but with Gerard Butler. It was the
Yeah.
exact same thing, like running after his kids and like it's exactly the same. All right, guys. Thank you as always too. That is episode 49. We will see you next week for episode 50. Big milestone. As always, at the Residency Pod on Instagram. Hit us up anytime. Let's go.
Love you guys.
Later.